And the next speaker that I'm going to bring is someone that has been with Forever for over 25 years. Over 25 years with Forever. That means when Krishna Arora was born, he was already more than 1 year in Forever. 25 years in Forever. And he has been an integral part of the growth of Forever, and is someone that's very passionate for Forever, and not only passionate towards Forever, but also very passionate and committed to our lives and making sure that we achieve our goals. And you'll agree with me, he is definitely someone that needs no introduction, but without a doubt, he needs you to be on your feet and give him a big, massive, warm welcome as we bring on stage our one and only president, Mr. Aidan O'Hare. Massive congrats to Aidan. Woo!
Very kind. Thank you very much. Wow. I love that song. You guys like that song? Hey, just want to check. Did Enos do okay? Yeah? Isn't he just fantastic? Yeah. You know that he was in the GLT. He's a level 3 chairman's bonus qualifier. He's a country sales manager. No, you got to help me here. Is it Tanzania or Tanzania?
Tanzania.
Tanzania. Okay, so
for us Tanzanians, it's Tanzania. For you, it might be Tanzania.
I don't. Whatever you say it is, brother. Whatever you say it is. So all of this, and not only is he great on stage, not only is he a great guy, he's the father of 3 wonderful children. He's achieved everything in the Forever Marketing Plan. And so if you're going to look up to someone today, this is the guy right here. Yeah. Big round of applause. Thank you for our superstar MC, Enos Salema. All right, guys, you had fun? Yeah? Have you enjoyed EMR so far? Everyone looking forward to seeing the big Buddha tomorrow? I wonder if my wife says to me sometimes I look like the big Buddha. I don't know. Why is that funny? Why are you laughing at that? I'm looking at you. Give me your ID number. I have the power. It's wonderful to see you guys. Thank you for qualifying. Being an Eagle manager isn't easy, but you've all done it. So congratulations and well done. Pat yourself on the back. It's just a great achievement. And it's just wonderful to see you here. So many languages, so many countries, so diverse, so many religions and thought processes and cultures represented in this room. How wonderful is Forever? The rest of the world would dream to do what we do every day. And that's just great to be part of it. Now, I'm getting old. As you guys know, I'll be 55 on my next birthday. That's an overreaction. I just want to tell you. I know I look younger, right? 55. I'll be 55 on my next birthday, so my memory's not what it used to be. So will you help me out for a moment? Yes or no? All right, let's have a quick review here with Nick. First thing is we talked about was new product. Do you remember? Remember Malosi? And we remember Alofa. This is all about remembering Rex's connection with Samoa, these fantastic new products. Malosi means power. Alofa means love. How cool is that? Think about what Rex used to say, the power of Forever is the power of love. So you can have these 2 fragrances with you. What a wonderful remembrance. What a great way to remember what we're involved in, the power of it. The wonderful nurse in hair oil, a young girl came up to me in dinner last night and asked me to stroke her hair, which I felt a little bit awkward about, especially because Laura was with me. And she said, hey, look, feel my hair. Feel my hair. And so, by the way, her hair looked fantastic. So 2 great new products just today. Thank you to Gary and to Holly for the great presentation they did. And if you were here for the question and answer afterwards, they did a remarkable job. And here's something about Forever which I love. They answered every question you asked. We don't hide anything. We just open the floor to 1,000 people and say, okay, ask us questions. Sometimes we say yes, sometimes we don't know. You know, but they always up here, authentic and true. And we really appreciate Gary and Holly and for the work that they're doing globally. That's fine. Round of applause is great. Great people to work with as well. What else did we do next? Do you remember this beautiful lady? Svetlana? What did she talk about? Regulatory is our friend, okay? She does a remarkable job. Why we wanted you to meet Svetlana, and by the way, she's from she is from, that's the Far East, Vladivostok, on the far east of Russia. And she comes to us because she's an expert in making sure you have the right product at the right place with the right rules and the right regulations. And her and her team did a wonderful job about that. And we'll make that presentation available to you so you can translate it and use it in your groups as well. Who was next? 360. Garen. You remember what Garen talked about? Have you downloaded the new upgrades? Any good? Yes or no? Yeah? 49 slides of updates. That's what Garen did for you yesterday. 49 slides. Updates on FOP 360. How remarkable is that tool? It's built to help you to understand your business and to create strategies for success. You saw Isiaka just now out on stage from Burkina Faso. He built his entire business using 360 in Burkina Faso. Yay! 23, let me just tell you, 23, did I say 23? 23 Downline Eagle managers came from his business because they used 360 as a tool. What more proof do you need that it works? And Gary and his team have worked tirelessly to continue to make sure it answers all of the questions you ask. Watch out for 360. It is going to become our primary point of communication. Our communication as a company and with each other is going to go through the 360 app as we move forward. That's going to be a huge upgrade in that. So make sure that you are finding a way to get a hold of 360 and learn about it. A lot of people say to me, Aiden, I don't know about 360. It's a little bit hard. Well, that's because you haven't spent the time to play with it and to follow the trainings, but we are updating our training processes with 360 as well. What was next? Seriously, can anyone forget this talk? Probably one of the most unique and inspirational forever talks that I've been to in my 27 years. Mate decided to do it his way. And he told his story in a wonderful, powerful, and unique way. His story is moving. It is authentic. Learn from that. Learn how we can be better FBOs by being ourselves. Hopefully on the stage over the last 2 days, you've seen that. Nobody on the stage was a professional presenter. Nobody was a professional salesman or a doctor or a lawyer or any of those things. They're just authentic, hardworking people with a great opportunity. Mate did a phenomenal job of proving that point and sharing that message in a very unique and inspiring and memorable way. Who was next? Tusha. What did he talk about? From India. Remember powerful energy? He talked about taking responsibility. He talked about, when he first came out, he said, you know what? I realized it's up to me. That's a key lesson that we have to learn. It's up to us to be successful or not. We can take the advantages of what's around us and apply them into our lives, or we become a victim of the circumstances that are around us. You have to make that choice. And I love the way Tushar reminded us of that. Who's next? Marina. You remember Marina? How many children? That's the one thing that everyone remembers about her. I remember her. You got 9 children? She is a remarkable, remarkable example of balance. She is a mother of 9. No, she doesn't have nannies or yayas at home helping us. Just her and her husband and the family work together. She's built a remarkable business. What else do you remember about her business which is unique? Sorry? It's all about you? Yeah, I love that. She's only a manager in the marketing plan. She has retailed and sold product her way all the way up to where she will be in the GLT in 2024. Another very, very unique way of building the business. It's new to us. We look at that, we haven't seen that before. We're excited about it and we welcome it, but it's all about her willingness to change. And I love how she taught us to take responsibility. Who was next? Mitsuki, what did she talk about? And her husband, remember? Supervisors. Yeah, they did a great job of reminding us of the power of building supervisors. This is something we've forgotten about in Forever. We used to say many years ago, Forever is a supervisor building business. As we introduce people to our products, they enjoy their products, they learn about them, they learn to love them, they speak to other people about them, they sell the products, and they invite others to do the same, and they become supervisor. And they start to really take advantage of the marketing plan from that point. Next. Palata, you remember? DRC? Just the fact that he's an Eagle manager from the DRC is enough. DRC is a lovely country. I've never been there, but it's got to be tough to build a business there. And yet here he is on stage saying, I am an Eagle manager. That's 720 case credits. That's 100 cases new and 2 supervisors in the DRC. Is that not enough? Is that not an example to you? For me, it is. To think about what he did and where he's from is remarkable. We need to learn from that example. Next. Daphne, what did she talk about? How many? 5 CCs, right? Everyone says 4 CCs, Malaysia, Singapore, 5 CCs. 5 CCs, chairman's bonus, great stuff. We love that. The importance of doing that a little bit more. Not for us as a company, for you. How do you do 5 CCs? Don't go and buy them. Go out and sell them. That's what we do. We find more customers. That's how it works. Okay, who is next? Huh? Okay, Isiaka from Burkina Faso. This man's story is unbelievable. And you know he just told it, but he built all of that story, like he said, under curfew in a country where the government is in turmoil, and so they're not allowed out of their area after 8 o'clock at night, and we have 23 Eagle managers here today. I hope that his presentation wasn't lost on you, that if I live in Geneva or Vienna or Munich or Singapore or United States, and I'm thinking it's hard there. It's inconvenient where you guys are. It's hard here. You need to learn that lesson. You need to learn that example. Champions are those that get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's what you got to realize, that winners are 98% of the time in chaos. A champion, a winner, is 98% of their lives is in chaos. You have this wonderful 2%, which is the moment on stage, or it's the moment when the thing that you're achieving happens. But the next day you're back in the swimming pool. The next day you're back in the gym. The next day you're back on the phone. So champions, winners, are 98% uncomfortable all the friggin' time. If you don't like that, you're in the wrong room. Because that's what these guys have demonstrated over and over and over again. That's what each one of you have demonstrated, because you're here. There are about 10 million people in Forever currently. And you are the ones that are comfortable being uncomfortable. How cool is that? Next, who is next? All right. Thank you to all of our speakers. Thank you to all of the people who have been on the stage today. And a special thank you to Josh Panawana that was welcoming us. He is the country manager here in Thailand. Remember, his beautiful wife Nana came out and welcomed us, and they've hosted us and done a great job for them. So big round of applause for our Thai staff. You know, the thing about I've noticed in my life is wherever I've been the happiest is when I take responsibility for it. If I sit back and blame something else, I'm never quite happy. The real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes. Your success and happiness isn't about going to find a new partner, going to find a new car, going to find a new company, going to find a new product. Those are at times important, but the real change, the real joy, the real happiness is not in a new landscape, but it's having new eyes. It's seeing things a little differently, and that's what this weekend has been all about. We hope that you've seen it. We hope that you've recognized this was planned. This is planned to make you better. This is planned to make you stronger, to make you more resilient, to make you more relevant, to make you more successful, to make you more happy. We can't give that to you. I wish I could. But you can take it by having a different perspective, a newer perspective, an upgraded perspective, a powerful perspective. I am not criticizing the past in any way. The past is wonderful, but you have two choices. You learn from it or you run from it. As a company, we're not running from the past, we're learning from the past and we're moving forward. Our goal now, next slide, is to make sure we stay relevant. It is vital that we together stay current, to stay modern, to stay creative, to stay relevant. We are a vibrant company. Check out some of these images that we took just recently. Doesn't that just fill you with just like forever? When I see that, I see the diversity, I see the happiness, I see the joy, I see the support. You go outside of this room, more often than not, we see people trying to pull each other down and to hurt each other or damage each other. Doesn't happen here, and if we find out it does, that person, you're gone, we're not interested. We're a vibrant company, but we do have consistencies. We do have things that have stayed consistent since the very beginning. We have core values: honesty, integrity, authenticity, hard work, truthfulness. These are all core values. Aloe vera gel has been one of our core products since the very beginning. The number one product, hopefully. In fact, how many drink aloe every day? Every day. Yeah? That's not every hand in here. Okay. Hands up if you don't, I dare you. And you would say aloe vera has stayed consistent. Yes, we changed the process a little bit. We went to a less preservative formula. We made the formula more natural. We had to change the consistency a little bit. But in general, it really is taken from the ground, the same field. We cut the leaf, we fillet the leaf, we squash that, and we put it in a bottle and you drink it. We all drink it. It's a wonderful product. And you say that's been consistent. But check this out for a second. You talk about staying relevant. You see what I mean? Even though it's the same product, this is where we started. Would you like it if the product still looked like this? Yes, are you sure? No, right? And then we made some changes. We went with Tetra, and now we're moving to this fantastic new bottle, which some of you have seen. It's in Hong Kong, I think, and in the US right now. The plan is Gary's working very hard that this will be starting to roll out in the beginning of January. Around that time, we'll start to see much more of the PET bottle, which we're very, very excited about. But the consistency is there. It's the same product just about, but it needed to change a little bit. We've got to stay current in today's environment. Let me give you another example. Sam, look at this. He's right there at the back of the room. I can see him looking right here. This is my son, Sam, okay? Some years ago, 2016, he thought this haircut was relevant. He was very proud of this. It was all business at the front and party at the back. And he would come home and he'd say, "Mom, I don't understand why the girls don't love me." And we'd be like, "Son, we've got no idea." He thought this was relevant, right? Can you imagine if he didn't change? This was him the other day. Looks a bit better, right? Are you starting to build a picture in your mind about relevancy? And how if we stay the way we were, we start to look like that. We need to change a little bit. In fact, let's define relevant for a little bit here. Appropriate, so relevance is defined as appropriate to the current time, period, or circumstances of contemporary interest. In other words, we've got to be interesting, attractive, excited, passionate today. It doesn't matter how good you were yesterday. It doesn't matter your case credits from 2016. It doesn't matter your case credits from 2022. It doesn't matter. Greg shared a really powerful statistic yesterday. He said 50% of you statistically won't come back. Why? It's because you decided not to stay relevant. Staying relevant is extremely difficult. It is extremely hard work. You look at Rolf and Dominic Kipp. Have they stayed relevant for 28 years? 100%. They've worked, they've focused, they work hard every single day, they focus on the incentives, they consume product, they sell product, they do the business over and over and over again, day after day after day when no one is watching. That's a testimony of relevance. Now here's a couple of people who didn't stay relevant. Check this list. Maybe this will help you. Do you remember Blockbuster or Nokia or MySpace or BlackBerry or Yahoo? Do you remember AOL? You have mail. Do you remember that? Number one. All of these companies at one point in their existence were number one in their environment. Every single one of you that's older than Krishna had a Nokia telephone. And now only Ilka Ishman has a Nokia telephone. MySpace. MySpace was the beginning of Facebook. Remember? I got a MySpace page. You'd laugh at each other now. You understand what I'm trying to say? I want you to ask yourself, because we as a company do. Are we MySpace? Ask yourself, are you MySpace? Are you Kodak? Kodak was the number one film company in the world. You remember? To take pictures. All of you use Kodak film. Everybody in the Kodak organization was focused on chemistry. Chemistry was the number one highest valued attribute in Kodak as a company. All of a sudden, this new idea came along. It was called digital cameras, digital photographs, digital capturing of an image. They went to the boardroom in Kodak, and Kodak actually created the first digital camera. It was a 2-megapixel camera. It was about this big and did a really good job. They took that camera into the boardroom filled with chemists and said, this is a really good idea. This is the future of our company. And all of the chemists that were sitting in the boardroom said, no, it won't work. They were saying, no, it won't work because they were chemists and they recognized there was no chemistry in the new camera. Don't be a chemist when you need to be a programmer. You got to stay relevant. You got to be willing to change. You got to be able to try new things. Now, I'm not talking about throwing the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak, as we say in English, because there's attributes that you have are timeless. Who you are in your core, Marina told us that. She said who we are is vital, is unique, it is special, is wonderful, but you have to stay relevant. Next slide, Nick. Relevant. I want you to think about that for just a second here. As a company, what have we been doing to stay relevant? It's easy for me to ask you to do it. Let me tell you what we've been working on. Is that okay? Okay, I got a quick list. We got to fly through this. Some of the things that I thought about as I was preparing this presentation that we've been doing over the last 9 months or so. We've launched 2 new products. It's actually 3 new products now. We're undergoing a full audit of the product line globally. What that means is we're looking at every single product in every single country, and we're asking ourselves, does this help an FBO to sponsor more people, to increase their productivity, in other words, to sell more product, or to increase their sales? If it doesn't increase your sales, help you to sell more product to the existing people, or sponsor new people, it's going. Because it's not relevant anymore. Now, somebody out there might say, oh, but Aiden, I really like the Contour Mask Powder, blah, 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 whatever it is. If it doesn't help you, we're not keeping it. That's what the audit's all about. We're consolidating and expanding our markets globally. We're looking at successful markets, and we're looking at unsuccessful markets. And we're looking at ways that we consolidate those that are unsuccessful and expand those that are successful. We're taking a really hard look at that, and there will be some difficult decisions. There'll be some countries where we say, hey, we can't waste resource here because we're going to take that resource and put it over here and make sure this works really well. We're going to be doing a lot more of that. We have introduced e-commerce solutions. We call it internally Titan. We are creating e-commerce solutions globally, and just in the last couple of months, we've launched it in 5 new countries where they have the ability to order product online and present themselves as a very professional, forever business owner. In addition to that, where else are we doing it? IT have moved into a cloud-based solution. Hold on, Nick, you went a bit fast on that one. What we mean by IT, years ago, not too long ago, every single one of your offices had a computer that would sit on the floor. It's called the AS400. And that computer ran your bonus system. We've moved from doing that slowly. We're moving to that all being in the cloud. And that means all of us can communicate to one global cloud platform, which allows you to do business without borders globally. That's our goal. We don't want boxes sitting in the office in Taiwan and Hong Kong and Australia. We want you to be able to do business anywhere you want to in the world. So if you are from Burkina Faso and you have a brother that's working in London, you can talk to him and we can do business together. That's what we're trying to do to stay relevant. And that isn't cheap in resource or money. Okay, next one. Our FOP 360, we talked a little bit about that earlier. The idea is to give you the insight that you need to develop strategic growth in your business. We are attacking costs globally. Everywhere, every entity that we control, we are attacking the cost. Why? Because we needed to absorb 34% increase in logistics and operational costs that were brought about post-COVID. So as a company, Greg has absorbed 34% increase in his costs. We do that by attacking costs. And that means sometimes we can't have 12 success days. We maybe need 10 or whatever it might be. Or we're looking at ways constantly to streamline the business. Why? We have to stay relevant. That's what we do. Let us do that. Don't you worry about it. We'll take care of it. We've been rolling about a central FBO-friendly UX platform. What we mean by this is to make sure that every one of you have a user experience, digital user experience that helps you enhance your business. We're doing that currently through FOP 360 and through what we call the Titan programs, which are coming to country. Recently, we just launched it in Germany, which is a very successful launch of a very powerful online user experience that helps you to be more successful in your business. That is coming to your countries, and we're working constantly on improving that. These are just a few of the things that I wrote down this morning. You noticed yesterday when we talked to you really briefly about the tooth gel. Remember that really brief section of Gary's presentation? And he said that we had the 4 videos. Those videos, those TikTok videos are for you to use and take. Now remember, we used to do maybe 4 or 5 campaigns a year on a product or a marketing plan, maybe even FGR or maybe it was B products. We do 4 or 5 campaigns a year. Now, with the speed of consumption, we do them 52 times a year. There are weekly campaigns that we do to try to stay relevant. You've probably noticed too that we are embarking on improving our compliance and regulatory education and control. We want to make sure you know how to do your business safely and successfully in every part of the world. We want to teach you how to present your business in an authentic and safe way. You'll be seeing a lot more of that coming forward. And it may even impact your new FBOs as they come into the business, where we'll be saying, hey, welcome to Forever. Happy to have you part of our family, but here's our house rules. This is the way we work. And that's what we'll be doing a lot more as your new people come in. That's fair, right? You invite someone into your home, into your family, we're going to have some rules. And that's some of the things we're working on. Let's just think about another aspect of our business. Now, this is our beautiful office in Germany. Used to be, right? Wonderful. This building was built in the 1400s. It was beautiful. You'd go in there and you'd look around and see the beams and these wonderful rooms, and it was a beautiful place, except it wasn't relevant. It was beautiful. I loved seeing pictures of it. I loved arriving there. It was not relevant. Why? It's too far for the FBO. The FBO has to drive 40 minutes to get their product. Another thing, the internet didn't work quick enough. No Wi-Fi. Is that relevant to you in the way you build your business? So it's wonderful to see it on the picture and say, this is our office in Germany. But then when you arrive there, you think, shit, freaking, I can't even do the Wi-Fi here. Or there's rooms all over the place. That's not relevant. Was it hard for us to sell that building? Yes, 100% difficult. But we did, and now we have a beautiful office in the center of Munich, which is easy to get to, has wonderful communications, the Wi-Fi works, and it's a much easier place to do business. Do you see what I mean by being relevant? Does that make sense? These are some of the changes that we're going to be making globally. Greg has asked us to do that. Greg has said to us, he's tasked me, said, hey, and we've got to stay relevant in 2024 and 5 and 6 and onwards. And that's why you'll see some of these changes. It's not that the philosophy of Forever has changed. No, of course not. It's just the fact that we recognize we need to do better for you. And that's why we're doing some of these changes in our buildings globally. You'll see that in some of your offices, and some there'll be no change, but it's just some ideas. In addition to that, we've changed some people. Because not only have we changed buildings, the same philosophy applies to people. If people can't keep up and stay relevant, and this is no indication of the management we had in the past, none whatsoever. We had some of the brilliant people and have some of the brilliant people that work for us. Brand new people that are with us now. We've got Michael Viterolis in the UK. We've got Oni just started in South Africa. We've got Marco taking over in Italy. And this is Adriana, our brand new country sales manager in the US. These are young, vibrant, powerful, smart, intelligent, hardworking, passionate leaders. Now somebody will say to me, oh, hold on a minute, why did you change this guy to that guy? To stay relevant. And I promise you, we will continue to fight for relevancy over and over and over again. And there'll be somebody or something that will say, I don't like that. I'm sorry. We have to keep moving on. Does that make sense? Where we've stayed, thank you. You know, my mom used to say, there'll always be dogs that bark at the train as it flies by. Don't stop and listen. You'll never understand what a dog says when it barks. No matter how long you listen. Have you ever had a neighbor's dog that barks? It can bark forever, and you still don't know what it says, so don't even bother listening. When people get after you, and people are negative, and people shout at you, and people tell you it's this, it's that, it's the other, it's a scam, it'll never work, it's this, blah, blah, blah. Dogs barking. You'll never understand it, so don't listen. Where we have stayed relevant is our GLT, our global leadership team. That's a constant changing group of successful, powerful, passionate individuals that help and guide us. That are constantly, they're back there now. They talk to us constantly. Hey, I was with Attila today. Can you improve this? Can you help work on this? Can you do this? Kautar came to me this morning and reminded me, she says, I want more Zoom calls with the home office as a GLT member. Great reminder. I'm sorry. I went to Desiree. I said, Desiree, we've got to put this in place. That's what the GLT do for you. That was just today. Now, in addition to that, I'm excited to announce a brand new group. This is called the Pack 20. This is a brand new group that we're launching today. And this will start in the January 1st, 2024. And it is a group of 20 leaders that are just less than 7,500 because they're in the GLT. GLT's unchanged. Now, underneath that, we're going to have the next 20 leaders are going to become part of the President's Advisory Council. We're going to meet with them 4 times a year, either digitally or in person. We're going to ask them, what do we need to do to stay relevant? This is how important it is as a company for us to stay relevant. So make sure, thank you. Big round of applause for the PAT. Because I think, if you think about it, and this is what I've learned, is that connection is the cure. The more you connect with your customer, with your product, with your company, with each other, with your family, the more you connect, the more problems are solved. It's when we stand away and we don't communicate and connect that problems continue. For example, if you sell aloe vera gel to someone and never get back and never follow up, problems and distance is created. If you follow up, you ask the question, how did it go? Listen and resolve their concerns, then you're successful. That's the way this whole thing works out. Connection is the cure. And look forward to more about the President's Advisory Council, the PAC 20. And I invite all of you to try and qualify for that. I'd love to have you all on board. All right. Now the question now is, what are you doing? I've just told you what we're doing. I want you to think for a second what you're doing. Yeah? I want you to think for a minute in this beautiful place, and you got your shorts and your flip-flops and you're relaxed and you're kind of in this party mindset. I want you to think for a second, what am I doing to stay relevant? What am I doing when I get home to be relevant in my business? Did I take what I was taught this last couple days, and am I going to apply it? And am I going to be the 50% that doesn't come back? Please ask yourself that question. From the bottom of my heart, I want all of you to come back. We have so much room on the boat. We've got enough room to give all of you 2 rooms. We got the whole boat for you. Can you imagine? Just 12 months from now. It's that fast. Imagine that you sit here and you can grab hold of Greg's hand and you can say, hey, I'm back. I was the other 50%. Is that cool or not? Yeah? I hope that all of you are there. I really do.